Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Zondags Weekday Live Show. Indeed, I was here just an hour ago. And man, I watched the replay, but that sucked big time. For some reason, I really had some fuck ups with the sound, so everything was cracking up, and you couldn't understand a word of it. So you know what? I decided I'm gonna do it again, because I want to be successful. We're talking about success today, and we're really putting the. Let me check here. The camera is really bit like off, so let me check here if I can just put it more in place. Yes, that's better. Awesome. Okay, so yes, this is actually live again. I hope you guys are watching. My name is Maurice, and I'm from Master Your Personality, and I am a personal leadership coach where I help people to find and create their happiness, to build their life under their control, what they want, to create the crown on your life, to reconnect to your kingdom, yourself, and make your life better than it already is. And lots of that is due to our success, right? We want to create success. We're competitive and we want that success. We want to achieve things. We want to build on things. We want to be better than others. We are competitive people, right? We want to do stuff and create that success for ourselves. And you know, the thing is that within this success, we also feel that we need a certain level of achievement there. And everything that you're doing is based on what you want, right? Whatever it is that you want to succeed in, that's because you want it, right? Everything that you've built in your life is because of what you've created. And that's the funny thing. If you think about it, that's, you know, everything we're doing is you're doing that for yourself. You're pretty selfish there, right? Because it is about you. It is creating your life, right? So it should be selfish. Because when we're not selfish, we're doing things for others. We want to be, you know, in service of others. But then again, you're doing that because it makes you feel better, right? So even if you're saying you're doing something for someone else, you're actually doing it for yourself to make you feel better. So in the end, we're all doing things for ourselves. And we want to be the best at what we can be, right? We want to be successful at a certain rate. But what is success, right? That is totally up to you. Whatever you call success. You see, you know, I now see that I really was like messing up my hair, like, oh, what did I do with my last video? But yeah, never again. That wasn't a success. So my previous videos that I just recorded like an hour ago wasn't successful because I have a limit for what my success means, right? What a successful video on live on Facebook or whatever I'm posting it should be a certain level of production value. And if the sound isn't good enough, I mean, if this video isn't good enough again, right? I have to go to bed after that, so I can change it. I can do it again, but I will, you know, figure it out how to be more successful, how to fix that problem and get over it. So do I feel that I failed with the last video, that I need to take it down and like be all, you know, not tell anyone because, you know, otherwise people will think I might be a failure or I fail or whatever. No, there is no failure. There is no such thing as failure. It's just not existing. Because failure means that the result that you're getting is different from what you've planned. So in the end, it's probably only that you're maybe not such a good planner, or the result or the expectation you had isn't getting to what the result was. Well, that's just a problem of what you expected, right? It doesn't say anything about you. It's just the result that's different. It's not you being failure or a loser or whatever. No, you've wanted the success and you didn't get it. That's what happened. That's the only thing that happened. So the result of what I just did, creating the video, which was like content-wise an awesome video, of course, right? But the end product wasn't good enough. So I wasn't successful. So what does it mean? Well, you got to do it again. You got to adapt. You got to make some changes. So I did make some changes. I actually changed a lot of things in my in my settings that I'm doing. So I've been playing around with all these technical stuff I won't bore you with, but somehow I did something wrong which created the video that I just did. So I start again. It's creating the success rate to your belief. And whatever your success rate is, doesn't matter where it is, right? It can be anything. I mean, do you have to be Formula One world champion? Right? 7 times Formula One world champion? If that's your success, if you feel like, okay, when I achieve that, then I'm successful, that's not going to happen, right? I mean, if that was my goal, to be a 7-time world time Formula One champion at being 47 years old now, be real, right? That's not a success you can achieve, because that's not within my possibilities. I don't see how I could manage to do that. But if your name is Max Verstappen and you're 21 years old and you actually are in the Formula One world driving, racing, winning races, then that's a goal you can achieve. But let's start first with a goal that's more successful, believable, right? So any Formula One driver, his first success rate would be, I want to win a race, right? Or I want to put a pole position on the Saturday, right? Those are the successes you want to achieve. And if you achieve those, then you can line them up towards something else, which is further away, further away than that success you've already achieved. So you start winning, you had your first one, you go, yeah, I'm a winner, I achieved, I feel successful. Then you go to the next one because you want to win twice, you want to win 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. And, settling yourself for a certain level of results that will get you towards the next goal, being world champion. So how come that when Lewis Hamilton was 4-time world champion, he wanted to be 5th-time world champion, or 5-time, or 6th-time, or now even 7 times? And I'm sure he's also aiming for the 8 times, right? Because he keeps pushing himself towards a level higher. He needs to keep pushing himself to do that. But he didn't become a Formula One world champion overnight. It took him 30 years to do that, right? Or something like that. 25 years, doesn't matter. I don't know how old he really is. I think he's around 35. So when he's 7 years old, he goes with his dad to his kart event. He goes karting. His dad works 3 jobs to make the money for his son to go racing. And just imagine. And that's what I find really inspiring about Lewis Hamilton as a driver, and his whole message about what he's doing. He is coming from down the drain, right? He was a poor little black kid in England that wanted to race, and after 25 years, he did it. He became a 7-time world champion. He equaled the great Michael Schumacher, right? That thought no one would achieve. He created something in his life. He worked for it. He did everything that he had in his power to create that life that he wanted. But that's the same thing that you're doing. You are doing the same thing as Lewis Hamilton, because whatever your life is, wherever your life is, what kind of success rate you created for your life, it's your life. You created everything that you have. So whatever it is, it's about your decisions, it's about the choices you have, a little bit of luck here and then, right? And that combined, compiled to your current life. But if you want a different level of success, you got to create it. So when I started about this, it was a couple of years ago when I first came in contact with this book, which is a book called Think and Grow Rich, right, from Napoleon Hill. And Think and Grow Rich is a book which is not about getting wealthy, right? It says growing rich because, money is a certain way you can value a certain amount of success. And but the word money isn't really in this book, right? It's not about getting rich, money-wise. I mean, Mother Teresa was rich, right? No, she wasn't. But was she successful? You could say that, right? So there are a lot of things you can level on success. And one of the things that Napoleon Hill writes in this book is about desire. You need to have a burning desire to achieve that level of success, that type of goal, right? So if you really, really want to do everything in your power and sacrifice anything for it, and no matter what it costs, you want to achieve it, then you will achieve it. Now, if you have to combine those things and say, okay, yes, I want to be, a multimillionaire and, be a movie star and live in Hollywood and go to all these parties, you gotta work for it. You gotta do the work you have to do to get there. And I mean, look at those guys, right? Those big movie stars. They didn't get it just by chance or just thrown into their laps. Maybe some, but most of them aren't. They had to work hard for it. They had to start slow. They had to start somewhere low, right? At some crappy bar or theater or whatever, or starting your carts when you're 8 years old, right? And train every freaking day your ass off to get to the level you can achieve the work that you need to achieve today. That's what Lewis Hamilton did, and that's what all these drivers do, right? That's where the successful people work with. That's what they do to achieve that amount of success, by creating their lives around it and really having that burning desire to really go for that. Now, I don't know if you have read this book, right? But if there is one book in your life you're gonna read this book. This is the book you should read. This book is a result of the same principles of what he describes. It's written somewhere in the 30s last century, right? So it's almost 100 years old. And Napoleon Hill was following and interviewing the most successful people back in the day. Thomas Edison, Henry Ford, Carnegie, those type of people. And he put all his effort in writing this book, in discovering the secret on how people be successful. And it took him 30 years or 25 years to write this book, something around that, or maybe 20 years, doesn't matter. How long do you work on something because you really want it, right? And then after 2 months, you say like, okay, so this is really tough, right? I'm not sure if I can do it. I keep making these mistakes. People don't see me. I don't notice me, or I have this writer block, or whatever. You're writing a book. It took him years to write a book like this, but the result is one of the best sold book over the world in all times, right? It's sold millions of times over the years, and I mean, this is such a good book that literally on every page there is a golden nugget there. You need to read this book. If you're into personal development, you definitely should read Think and Grow Rich from Napoleon Hill. And because there's so much wisdom in it. And one of the wisdoms that's in there, I'm going to spoil it there for you, but there's so much more, right? So you need to read it anyway. But the great thing is that this burning desire is one of the key elements in there, right? It's the right mindset of, I don't give up, and I don't see myself as a failure, because failure isn't existing. There is no real failure. There's only another result that has been going out, right? So you need to create this feeling of having the desire to do whatever it takes against all costs, right? And it doesn't, you don't have to be a multi-million dollar or selling author, or you don't have to be a Formula One driver champion to be successful. You define your own success, whatever success means to you, right? But you got to do stuff for that to create that. And be certain that you don't start your success goal too high, right? You can set a goal or a dream or something like that, right? I mean, all these Formula One drivers have this goal of being a world champion, but there are only a handful that really make it, right? I mean, we've got 70 years of Formula One history, so there's only maybe 50 or 60 Formula One champions. And there are a lot of Formula One drivers, right, over those 70 years. So a lot of them didn't make it. So you do have to have a dream. But in the end, you have to start doing the stuff. So you actually start getting there. So set your levels, Set your major goal, dream big, right? Dream whatever you want. You want to be a movie star. Go for that dream. Put it out there, whatever that is. Doesn't matter what your dream is, but make it big so you got something to look out for. But then set your goals to a level that you can succeed in, right? So you win your first race, and then you win the second race, and the third and the fourth, and then you win this world championship, and then you can build onto that. You can do more because you're more. I mean, there's more to do, right? You can do more than that, so that you can actually level up those levels of your success, and that is how you become successful. That is the best advice on how to be successful. Set your goals. Know that you're aiming for something big, because that's inspiring you, right? To a certain amount, we create motivation, but motivation isn't enough, and discipline, right? We need discipline and motivation, because sometimes things are hard and tough, so we don't make it, right? So we don't get it. But that's when discipline will get you through. But in the end of the day, when you go to bed or when you wake up in the morning, you need to feel that motivation within you, that you actually can achieve that. That's the big goal that you have in mind. And when you go there, you need also to know what steps you need to make to get there, right? And it doesn't mean that you have to know these steps all the way along, right? No, it's just what steps are next, which is the achievable goal. And if you do that, you get a success. And then you win another one, and you get another success, and you start feeling successful. So you start believing in what you're doing as well, right? If we keep pushing us down and failing all the time, that's not helping, right? We're not focused on the failures. So whatever failure you're feeling, see it as a moment of learning something, right? Of getting some feedback on things. So that's what I did with this video. I created this for the second time. And, hopefully I nailed it, especially with doing it for the second time. I want this success of this video. And the success rate of this video for now is like giving you the content that I can share with you guys in my most enthusiastic way, most motivational way, but also on a technical level. That the sound is good, that there's no somewhere. No, that is just plain good control video, right? And if we have that, that's a foundation I can build on to my next level of success. So I can build on these videos every day from now on, Monday to Friday, every day. So that's what I wanted to share with you. And I hope it brought you some motivation to do the things that you want. Get clear of your goals. Know that your burning desire will get you there. With the hard work, there is no overnight success. You got to work hard for it. And if you keep working hard and never, ever, ever give up to what you want, you will achieve the success that you have in mind. So thank you so much for watching. Again, if you do, thank you so much, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day. Ciao.